What's up, guys? I'm going to do a quick rundown on the price action yesterday because I did do the top down analysis for Sunday. And I showed you guys the things that I was looking for and just basically how they played out. So I was looking for this buy side to be swept, these relative equal highs to be pushed up against. And we did do that. We had a 15-minute fair value gap here. So when New York opened, it pushed up. Let me go on a 15-minute time frame. So it pushed up. New York open, and then it pushed back down. It left this big wick. So I thought that it was going to reject off of here and finally come and take the sell side, which is still open now, all the way down. But all it did was take the buy side, filled this 15-minute fair value gap, and then it came down in these lower PDRAs. So these are like, this was like an inversion gap here, and this is, I have a 15-minute order block here. So price didn't really move too much after it swept that buy side liquidity and came down and took out this low, but then it started kind of chopping back and forth afterwards. So we got the Asia open, price pushed up to retest this low here, and then it broke down even further, and now we're back within this. So we reclaimed this 30-minute bearish fair value gap, and now it's using that to push lower. So it's possible that the sell side liquidity could be swept tonight, overnight during London, or New York open if it still plays around in this range and chooses not to break out. I don't know what's going on, but that's all I was seeing. So yeah, that's basically it. I want to go over my trade that my 3 trades that I took, and I'm going to show you guys, like, what happened, because I did take 2 losses and then I finally got a win that took me over. So yeah. All right, guys, so this is my Topstep chart. These are the 3 trades that I took yesterday, and I'm going to break them down really quick. Let me make this bigger. Hold on, let me find my trades. Okay. All right, so I have a couple fair value gaps here marked, and those were my entry triggers for the day. So we have 9:30 open, price pushed up, took out pre-market highs, and then it pushed down, taking out pre-market low, right? Well, not the whole low actually, but this zone right before the market opened, that 30 minutes beforehand. So basically, what I should have done differently is waited for the break and retest, because as you can see on both of these, in this trade I was in some profit, then price came and took me out. This trade, same thing, a little bit of profit, came back, took me out immediately. And I was looking for this to become an inversion. So what I should have did was I should have waited until it broke out and then retested. But at market open, I'm a little bit more aggressive, but I definitely should have waited for that to close, just due to the fact that it could have went either way. We still had some buy side. Now price just generated some more buy side liquidity above, so it wanted to take that, and that could have been a scenario as well that I should have waited for a little bit more confirmation. So it did come back and take me out after that. So I saw the rejection off of, I saw it close below the midpoint, came back, retest, didn't want to go any higher, pushed down. This was like an engulfing candle before it wicked me and then took me out. But yeah, that whole sequence, it should have let me know that it was ready to go take that buy side, right? Then I got in on this one, another inversion play. That now it was pushing up that midpoint, but it never closed out of it. So that's where I messed up. I should have waited for it to break and then retest before I got in. So yeah, that was another mistake I made, just being too aggressive, way too aggressive. And I got stopped out. My stop was kind of a little too tight. I should have gave it 50 points like this one, because I probably would have had a little bit more grace for it to close outside of the lines, because wick outside of the lines, because it never closed outside of the lines. It did respect this the inversion once it did close above. You see what I'm saying? So it did close above, it came back, and then it took me out, but it never closed outside to the downside. So it was respecting the inverse of the bearish fair value gap. So yeah, it is what it is. It took that buy side liquidity, and I'm like, okay, finally I get the sell that I want. We got a fair value gap. It left this fair value gap and never came back to retest it. That was a good sign for me. Then it started to push down through. So I wanted to wait. I didn't want to get in too aggressive once again for a third time. I had to be a little bit more selective because this was my last trade for the day. Remember, I say 3 trades a day. And the reason why is because at market open, price does do a lot of whipsawy motion like this. So the wicks in both directions are getting wicked out, and then, you know, all of that. It gives me some grace to do what I do. And you know, that's why I say using the micros, it gives you more control, because I was able to use a smaller size after my loss, and also get my max size once I have my confirmations on my third trade. So basically this fair value gap here, it came and broke away from it. Then we came back to this bearish fair value gap here. Okay, we finally got a close outside, right? To the downside. Then we retested. This was a good retest. It retested twice at the middle. Okay. Get in the sells, and I wrote it down for about 150. Oh. Yeah, about 150 points. So I was up about 1,000, but I already had a loss. Well, 2 losses. So that brought me to 600 for the day. And this was, I don't even remember which fair value gap this was a 30-minute fair value gap that I was coming to see if it would break through. And also sell side liquidity was below this point as well. So before all of this happened, we were here, we had sell side liquidity. I was looking to be swept from this low, also breaking through the midpoint of this 30-minute fair value gap. This was a bullish fair value gap that I wanted to see broken, but I got out a little early because I trailed my stop a little too tight. I should have just scaled out the position and came to break even rather than completely trailing the whole thing so like tightly. But I basically got a 1 to 2, so I can't complain on that. Yeah, the trade worked out, and I'm grateful for my profits. And these are my stats here for the day. The best trade I took was 579, 2 MNQ. The worst was 302. So, yeah. This says 4 trades, but I think it's from me adding into a position. I only took 3 trades. But yeah, that's basically it for my stats for the day. I made 1,000. I lost like 4. I was down like 400 at some point. So that's how I ended up with 600 in profit and stuff like that. So I'm going to play out my last trade so you guys can see basically what happened. And yeah, I will see you guys on day 2, which is tomorrow. If the trade opportunity is presented, I'll be in that thing, and I'm going to be recording for you guys so you can see the progress of the challenge. We're doing it. All right. So I'll see y'all next time. Okay.